good, right? I pulled this bass out today. I haven't played it in quite some time. The reason I got this bass out is because I wanted to play around with some more slap, because over the years, or throughout my bass journey, I have, more than any other technique that I worked on as I was playing, I completely turned my back on slap bass. There was a time when you had to have some slap bass skills in order to get into a band. They wanted to see how you could slap the bass. But then pushing the late 90s, if you dared to even slap, pop, tap the bass when you were at a music store, you were pretty much asking for a fight from someone on the staff at that music store. It was pretty hilarious. There would be signs in the store saying, if you slap this bass, you'll automatically be thrown out. And I'd be like, you know, I would just start slapping it, and it was definitely frowned upon. And by the end of the 90s, I ended up relinquishing two of my beloved basses, which I've talked about before on this channel. They were a pair of Music Man Stingrays that I bought for right around $2,000 for the pair. One was fretless and the other was fretted. They were beautiful. I mean, they were exactly what I want out of a bass. I'm really a big fan of just natural finish basses. I don't really care. I have nothing against paint, as you know. I'm big on my P bass, but what I really miss about those basses was the versatility. And that's what I want to talk about today. The best all-around bass. There are a few of them. I'm going to go over some of the basses that I think are really well-rounded basses. And for what it's worth, I think this is a good, well-rounded bass. It's an active bass, so you got to put batteries in it. But it has really, I think I love the tone of it. I usually keep it in the middle. So there's a little bit of slap for you, but I think we need to take this to the music store. We need to go on a field trip. There are a few things that you should always take with you when you go to a music store. This here is a wireless system. Now, I would not want to play a show with this particular wireless system, but if you just want something that you don't have to worry about getting tangled up, this is a good thing to take with you. I think right now, these may not even be holding, oh, they're completely dead. No, they're not. They've still got they hold a charge really well. Would you look at that? Okay, so I filmed a review on these and I never posted it. And I need to do that. I need to go back through my archives and post that video. But this is something that's really good to take with you. A little wireless system. You can tote it in your pocket or whatever, and then you can plug it up while you're in the store and check out whichever amp or instrument that of your choice. And you have these and you don't have to bug the guys and ask them for a cable. I have noticed that over the years, you can definitely find cables sitting out around the amps. They're not really hard to come by, but still, just in case, you should have a pair of these, or basically a little cheap wireless system that you can plug in. You can hear it pretty well. It doesn't sound half bad. I will give you a quick demonstration. All right, so what's really cool about it is you have one that shows a picture of the instrument on the back and the other one shows a picture of the amp. But see, you fold it up nicely against whichever instrument you're trying out, so you don't have to worry about it getting caught on anything or getting bumped. And it does, the volume did drop a little bit, but like I said, I haven't charged these. I promise you I haven't charged them in pretty much around a year. Every once in a while, they'll give this weird little noise. and it sounds almost like an auto wah. That's the one complaint that I have about these, is they'll give you this little auto wah kind of tone from time to time, mainly if you, it's not doing it right now. But anyway, bring that with you, and also you want to bring a tuner. Maybe a headstock tuner will even work. I have plenty of headstock tuners. Here's one. Here's the one that I've had the longest. I've had this thing forever. It's called an Intelli. And it works quite well. You just place it on the headstock right there and hit your note. Of course, you cannot see it. This one works better with acoustic instruments. That's why I quit carrying it with me. I have another one that's made by Fender and another one that's made by like Planet Waves. But the one that you really want to have is the one made by TC Electronic. I'm going to put links to all this stuff in the description below on this video so you can see all that. But you definitely want to have a headstock tuner just to make sure the instrument is in tune, because most of the time when you go in places like Guitar Center, a lot of the instruments are out of tune. So it's good to have that. So tuner, if you are picky about picks, then you should bring your own pick if you're a pick player. And definitely have this wireless system. I mean, I'm telling you, it's great. It works really well, and you don't have to worry about carrying a cable with you. You know what I mean? So you have those three things so that you can check something out. I have yet to run into issues with power cables, but I do have some spare power cables if need be, but I haven't had to go that far. Not in the exact order, but I'm gonna start out with the first all-around bass on this list is the Fender Precision bass. These first came out in 1951, I believe. This particular bass is a 1966 P bass. Now, I have yet to completely confirm that. As I've mentioned in one of my other videos, I had someone else look at this bass, and an expert, and he told me by checking things out, and I will find this out and I will get back to you guys on it, but I've been told that the neck on this bass is a 1961 neck. So it's a 1961 neck, and the body is supposed to be 1966. It's super light. It is hands down one of the lightest basses I've ever picked up in my life, and I am proud to be the owner of this bass. I have done many of recordings. I've recorded a few albums with this bass, more than a few, but I've done several recordings with this bass. This bass has seen so much action in my life, and I will never part with it. I will part with it when I die. It's a very, very special instrument. It has a very wonderful sound. It comes out really well in recordings. It is the instrument that I do all of my final bass tracks with when I'm recording anything. This is that bass when I'm doing fretted. With fretless, it is the Padula. I have yet to find a fretless precision bass that I've really bonded with. I think it will happen someday, but until then, this is my main go-to instrument. It has replaced the Padula. It has replaced multiple other Fender basses and Music Man basses throughout my journey, and this is it. So might as well start at home. This is the one. It has a beautiful tone to it, so I'll just let you hear it. I mean, it's letting you know that you can slap it if you want. Great rock bass. It's a great rock bass. Great blues bass. Great funk bass. Great bass. Strings are about a year old now. But when you let the strings on this bass, when you let them get old and you let them age about 2 or 3 years, ooh, really, if you just let them age for about a year, the bass takes on a completely different tone. It sounds almost like it's got flat wounds on it in a way. Okay, another bass that is highly sought after, even though this is a Squire, but the Fender Jazz bass. And I really like this one in particular. I love the finish on it. This is another bass that is a well-rounded bass that a lot of people will play alongside of the Precision, as I showed you earlier. Another one that I'm starting to see a lot more of is the Jaguar bass. That one is starting to pop up a lot, but the main reason I came out here was to show you this bass here, which is this is a Sterling Stingray. So there you go up there, you've got more of them. But I'm gonna go on and show you a quick test on one of these Stingray basses here. Just give me a moment. I was really hoping to check out this amp, but I can't remember how it was plugged in, but it keeps popping now. It's pretty unique. I'm not quite sure how heavy it is. I can tell you in just a moment. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. So it's not something you want to like tote around everywhere, but it looks like it has some sort of, anyway, it's pretty cool, but I'm running out of time here, so I'm gonna try to demo this really quick. Sorry guys, no dice. Can't get any sound out of this, so I'll have to come back tomorrow.